All right, so we just got done going over Ulysses Simpson Grant, which is the 18th president, and his portrait is on the $50 bill. We have a few more guys up here. We got the 10th president right here. I also have the 11th president up here and the 39th president up here. The second president of the United States of America. We have the 33rd president of the United States of America. He actually looks like a good president. He actually looks like a president. His portrait looks like a president. I do know this guy right here. I do like him too. I don't know why I like him. It was just some things I remember reading about him that stuck out to me, and I will never forget his portrait. So that is our third president. We have our 38th president of the United States right here. He also looks like a president of the United States of the world. We have the 36th president of the United States of the world. He also looks like a president. We have the 41st president of the United States of the world. And we have the 6th president of the United States of the world here. And then we have the 16th president of the United States of the world here. And I just want to ask you guys this, even though I already know you know. Who is this president? Who knows it? Tell me. I know it. I hope you know it. Everybody better know him. I know him. I like him. Everybody know him. And then my baby boy, Mr. Barack himself. Even though Barack Obama is the first African American president of the United States of the world, he is not the first African American man that has ran for presidency. Before Barack, many years ago, it was another African American man that I believe he almost was going to be president, or he was president before, but that wasn't our history. I will have to try to get some more information about that before I tell you guys that for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was another African American man that either became president or he was really close to becoming president, or something happened with that situation. So let me see who else I got, because I got some more presidents here, guys. I'm just going to not go in no particular order, just so then, you know, it's kind of my own little thing. We got the 21st president here. Anybody know him? We have the 22nd president here. We have the 23rd president of the United States of America here. We have the 40th president here. We have the first president of the United States here. We know who he is. We have the 7th president of the United States of America here. And this portrait is famous. I know we have seen this all over. We have the 8th president of the United States of America here. And if you guys ever go read and study on your presidents and just get some information on their upbringing and their background, you will learn so much from the presidents. You'll learn so much, I'm telling you. A lot of information is in the history. We have our 9th president of the United States of America here, and these are portraits of these guys. So these are their actual portraits that was up in the White House when they were in the White House being president of the United States of America. So not actual pictures, more of like painted portraits. We have the 42nd president of the United States of America here, another popular president here. We have the 13th president of the United States of America here. Do anybody know this guy? He do not look like he played no games. You do not want to get on his poopy list. I'll tell you that. We have the 29th president of the United States of America here. He seems really firm and affirmative too. This is Washington Momentum. This is the Momentum. So I believe they do a lot of speeches here. This is really beautiful. I've never really knew what this was. I believe like Martin Luther King or somebody did a speech in front of this. A lot of good things happen in front of the Momentum in Washington. I believe this is in Washington. This is the Momentum in Washington. have something to do with the White House and presidency and just respectful things and of that sort. Got a nice water right there as well. Really beautiful. So this is Washington Momentum. I hope ever to see America among the foremost nations of justice and liberty. Washington, United States Presidential Memorial commemorating George Washington, first president. Location Washington D.C. On the end of the mall structures. I mean on the end of the mall construction. 555 feet, 35 feet. Obelisk made up of marble, granite, and sandstone, capped with aluminum pyramid. Designer was Robert Mills, American architect. Built cornerstone was laid on July 4, 1848. Due to lack of funds in the American Civil War, it was not completed until 1884. Almost 30 years after Mill's death. It was decided on February 21st, 1885 and opened October 9th, 1888. Wow, that was a lot going on there. It says facts. It is the world's tallest stone structure. There are 198 memorial stones from states and cities that adorn the interior stairwell. Administration is free. An elevator goes to the top. You can take the elevator back down and walk the 896 steps. 50 flags, one for each state, encircle the base. Rods at the top protect it from lightning strikes. So that's really, really important. I would love to go check that out, the Washington Momentum. Obviously, they're letting us know that there's a space for us all to go check it out. It's the largest, let me see, it's the tallest stone structure. So it's the tallest stone structure in the world. And it's for everybody. It's a reflection of the 50 states of America. And I believe just respecting everybody in America. And just, that's what our momentum recognizes, is being recognized for. So I hope that was informative for you guys. We have our 30th president here. We have another cool picture here, guys. So this is Jefferson Memorial. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I like that. United States President Memorial commemorating Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President. Location, Washington, D.C. Building, white, pink, and gray marble. Orchestrator, I don't know how to say that word, but it's the designer. His name was John Russell Pope. The builder was John McShann. Built, cornerstone was laid on November 15th, 1939, and the memorial was dedicated on April 13th, 1943. The memorial was built in Roman style, similar to the Pantheon of Rome. It contains a bronze statue in Thomas Jefferson, which was added in 1947. Statue 5 tons of bronzer, standing 19 feet, 5.8 tall. Sculpture, Radolph Evans. Facts: the bronzer statue of Jefferson faced the White House. Selected quotation of Jefferson's writing on freedom, justice, and democracy are inscribed on the interior of the marble wall. So I believe that this was something that this was something that they was doing to just show that everybody is going to be equal. So I do like that. It says we hold these truths to be self-invariant, that all men are created equal. So I respect that. And again, this was really nice. I don't know what we're looking at here, like, because I don't think it's a building. I believe it was more like a statue or something. Memorial, they're saying it was memorial. And it was built on a certain time. So, I don't know. But, yeah. We have another memorial here, guys. It says Lincoln Memorial in this temple as in the hearts of the people for whom he saved the Union. The memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever. United States President Memorial commemorating Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president. Location, Washington, D.C. Building, Indian limestone and yield marble. Orchestra, Henry Bacon. Painter of interior, Morrow, Jules Gorian. Built cornerstone was laid on February 12, 1914. Compelled memorial was dedicated on May 30th, 1922. The memorial was built in the style of the Greek Doric temple. It contains a huge statue of the seated figure of Lincoln. Okay, so this is where that famous seated picture of President Lincoln. I know we all have seen that. This is where that memorial sits. His building, his sculpture of him sitting in a chair sits in this building, in this temple. George marble stands 19 feet tall. Statue sculpture, Daniel Chester French. Facts: the Lincoln Memorial is engraved on the back of the penny and pictured on the back of the $5 bill. The memorial overlooks the Potomac River. In 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial, a moment of freedom. That was beautiful. I didn't even know that, but I always connect the dots back to Abraham Lincoln with some African American culture, and I will tell you guys that morely when I do a little bit more thorough research on it before I just start throwing out false facts. But it was something that led back to him in the past with like maybe freedom with us or something with him having respect for African Americans that I never forgot about Mr. Lincoln. So I'm definitely going to check this out too soon. Sure is. I'm going to go visit it and I'm going to make a video on it. So shout out to Mr. Lincoln, and this is the Lincoln Memorial, guys. The Lincoln Memorial, that's where Mr. Lincoln, the statue figure of him, the famous statue figure of President Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, sits in this building. Okay, we have the 24th president here, and I am going to go through some more things about these presidents. I'm just giving you guys some time to see if you know the president. I'll tell you who they are and give you a little bit of fun facts about them. I just want to know if you know them. We have the 25th president here. He looks serious. Like, don't play with him. Y'all worrying about Trump. Okay. And then we got the 31st president. We have the 32nd president of the United States of America. Hard to see who he is, but I will tell you. We have the 5th president of the United States of America. And these are the portraits of these guys. So this is not the president in his actual presidency attire on a daily basis. This is just a portrait of the honorable presidents. This was also one of our presidents, you guys. This is the 13th president of the United States of America. We have the 26th president of the United States of America. Seems pretty fair. We have the 27th President of the United States of America. We have the 28th President of the United States of America. And please don't ever disrespect presidents. Never disrespect law enforcement's authority, United States of America. Always be really respectful when you're doing things like this, because it's an honor for you to be able to use your platform for others, and you want to use it for the best. Always do the right thing and be respectful. Plus, these was honorable presidents that ruled the world. So this is our honorable president, or the 15th president of the United States of America. We also have the 43rd president of the United States of America. He looks familiar. I do like him just because he's a famous president. All the presidents that I remember their face, I'm not gonna lie, I like them. But no, there's other reasons why I like certain guys. When I did some research on their back of their history, and I really get to know who you really are, you know, it's definitely interesting. 4th president of the United States of America. We have another picture, guys, here. I believe this is the White House. So yes, this is the White House. May none but honest and wise men ever rule under the roof. That was great. May none but honest and wise men ever rule under the roof. John Adams said that. Okay, the White House is the official home and workplace of the President of the United States of America. Location 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW, Washington, D.C. Construction white, painted aqua sandstone. Designer James Hoban of South Carolina. George Washington selected the design from 9 submissions. Built cornerstone was laid on October 13th, 1792 in 1814. During the War of 1812, British troops set to the White House on fire. Oh, British troops set the White House on fire. I didn't know that. I thought they were going to say they were in war back then in 1812. This says during the War of 1812, British troops set the White House on fire. The building was rebuilt under James Hoban and Benjamin Henry LaRobe. The South Porticano was built in 18. So the South Poraki. So it's going to be Portico. Was built in 1824. The North, that word, in 1830. The West Wings was added in 1902, and the East Wing in 1942. So the East Wing wasn't added until like almost 30-some years later, like 35 years later. So they extended the building. The original White House was burned down. They rebuilt it some time after. They expanded one wing, and then almost 30 years later, they expanded another wing. Fun fact, John Adams was the first president to resign in the White House on November 1st, 1800. And that was John Adams. Grover Cleveland was the first president to marry and have a children born in the White House. So that's cool, guys. Sorry I had to spit. When I begin editing my videos, I will be able to edit them a little bit more. So excuse me for that, guys. Okay, we have our 17th president here. We have our 19th president here. And we have our 20th president here. So where do I begin on going over some of these presidents, who they are, and some of the things about them? So I'm going to do some of them, you guys. I already been on for 20 minutes. I didn't know it was going to be this long, so we're going to just get the plugging along here. Let's pick up the first guy. So this is president number 41. A little bit about him is, this is George Herbert Walker Bush, 41st president. He was president back 1989 to 1992. I was born in 1991, so he was president when I was born. Vice President Dan Oakley, Party, he is a Republican state representative of Texas, born June 12, 1924, in Milton, Massachusetts. Living as of January 2013. Occupation, oil man. Religion, another one of those religions I cannot pronounce. College, Yale University. Spouse, Barbara Bush. Facts and achievements, father of 43rd president. U.S. ambassador to the United States, United Nations, director of CIA, president during the collapse of the Soviet Union, president during the first Gulf War. So that was pretty nice. And he's also the father of the 43rd president. So we're going to figure out who was his son. The 43rd president. I'm not going to forget that. And when I come back to find who that 43rd president is, we're going to see who his son was. So we got this 20th president right here. His name is James Abraham Garfield, the 20th president. It says 6 months, 6.5 months. I don't know if he was president just for 6.5 months. It says 1881. I mean 1881. Yeah, 1881. The preacher's president. So vice president was Chester Alan Arthur. Party was Republican. Senate represented Ohio, born November 19th, 1883 in Orange Township, Ohio. Died September 19, 1881 in a city in New Jersey. Occupation, teacher, minister, soldier, general. Religion, it says Decepticons of Christ, or something like that. I don't know how to say that word, so just something of Christ. College, Western Revised Electric Institution. So some of the facts and achievements was worked on the Erie Canal as a boy, U.S. representative from Ohio, campaigned in English and Spanish, first left-handed president, second president to be assassinated. Oh, wow. So he was the second president to be assassinated. We all know what assassination means. That means to be killed. Okay, we have the 19th president here. He actually looks a lot like the 20th president. This was the 20th president, y'all, and this was our 19th president. Two totally different guys. Ain't that crazy? They sure about that? It might be the same man with his face just turned a different way. Okay, so the 20th president was the one to be the second to be assassinated. So let's see who this 19th president is right here. So his name is Rutherford Hayes, 19th president. He was president back in 1877 to 1881. The darker horse president, Rutherford. Vice President William Wheeler. The party was Republican. State represented Ohio, born October 4th, 1822 in Delaware, Ohio. Died. So he was another Ohio one. I believe this guy was out of Ohio too. He was. So they both were out of Ohio back to back. So they could have been related. I'm not sure. I don't think they were. Because the one president name is Garfield and the last one is Hayes. So they probably was not related. But they both are for sure out of Idaho. Idaho. Not with no D. Just with a Ohio. It's Ohio. Sorry about that, guys. Ohio. Both of these presidents are out of Ohio. One is out of Orange Township, Ohio. That was the one that was assassinated. And the other one is out of Delaware, Ohio. Okay, so Rutherford Hayes, which was the 19th president, not the one that was assassinated, which he would have came prior. He was before that guy. His religion was Methodist College, Keyon College, Harvard Law School. Fun facts was governor of Ohio in high constance elections, declared winner 3 days before inauguration. First time Secret Service assigned for presidential protection. Ended Reconstruction in the South. Signed bill allowing female attorneys to argue cases before the Supreme Court. So shout out to Mr. Ruth Hayes, because it says he signed a bill that allowed female attorneys to argue cases before the Supreme Court. Now that is some tea right there. Because that a lot of, like, now times, a lot of women have to get more dominant jobs. It's a lot of more single parents, and women is like more part of the economy more than ever. They're starting to like leave their house, having to go to work. They're doing a lot of things. So that was great for him to sign that bill to allow women attorneys to argue in court. You got the 17th president here. His name is Andrew Johnson, 17th president, 1865, 1869, the father of the Homestead Act, vice president, none, party Democrat Nation Union, state represented Tennessee, born December 29th, 1808 in Raleigh, North Carolina. He died July 31st, 1875 in Carter Station, Tennessee. Occupation tailored, religion Christian, education no formal education, spouse Elizabeth Johnson. Facts and achievements: U.S. Senator of Tennessee, Governor of Tennessee, became president upon Lincoln's death. Slavery abolished by the 13th Amendment in December 1865 under Johnson's U.S. Purchase Alaska from Russians through, I don't know what that is. First president to be impeached by the House of Senate, acquitted. So, a few things. It says about slavery. So I'm believing that he is the one that abolished slavery. Like, the slavery was beginning to be ended by him. It says slavery abolished by the 13th Amendment in December of 1865. And I think he had a hand, a foot in it. So thank you, Mr. Andrew Johnson, for your services and everything that you've done for us and my people. I appreciate you, my friend. And it does seem that it says the first president to be impeached by the House of Senate. So that was pretty, Aki, that he had to end up being impeached. But he did do a lot of good things. So, and I will get to know more about him. I'll go get some more information on him, because I don't like just showing you guys the cards. I want to know more about these presidents. Okay, so we got the fourth president of the United States right here. Very serious looking guy. But not really. If you look at it, he don't even look that serious. It's just like, maybe, I don't know. So, James Madison, fourth president, 1809 to 1817, the father of the Constitution. Vice President, George Clinton, Elbridge Gerry. Party Democratic Republican, state representative, Virginia, born March 16, 1751 in Port Conway, colony of Virginia. Died June 28, 1836 at Montpelier near Orange, Virginia. Occupation farmer, political, religion, I do not know how to pronounce that. College of New Jersey, Princeton. Spouse Dolly Payne Todd Madison. I love that name, Dolly. Facts and achievements: U.S. representatives from Virginia, both vice president, died in office. President during the war in 1812. Shortest president at 5'6" tall. Portrait of the 5,000 bill. So if we did have a 5,000 bill, I guess he would be on it. But I do not believe that we have a bill for 5,000. It says portrait on the 5,000 bill. So if we have a bill out there, somebody let me know. Now, this is my guy right here. I don't know why, I just love his famous face. I know some things about him and his family, but what they are in the limelight for or known for, I don't know if everything was so great, or maybe it was his wife they was trying to like shame. But this is a popular, respectable guy here. Like, whenever you hear about the president named George, you always think of what? Bush. George Bush. So, we got our 43rd president, George Bush. He was president in 2001 to 2009. It's say a W and then something else, 43. President Richard Bruce Coney was the vice president. Party Republican, state representative, Texas. Born July 6, 1946 in New Haven, Connecticut. Living as of January 2023. Occupation: oil man. Baseball team owner. Religion, method, I don't know how to say that. College: Yale University, Harvard University. Spouse: Laura Bush. Facts and achievements: son of 41st president. Managing partner of Texas Ranger baseball team. Governors of Texas won 2000 presidential race with closest election result in history. President during 9/11 attack and the war on terror, implemented the Patriot Act and the Bush doctrine. So this is Honorable George Bush, you guys. Look how handsome he is. Okay, we got our 15th president here. His name is James Buchanan. He was the 15th president, 1857 to 1861, the stage of white land. Vice President John C. Breckinridge was the vice president, Party Democrat, state representative, Pennsylvania, born April 23rd, 1791 in Cave Gate, Pennsylvania. Died June 1st, 1868 in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Occupation, a lawyer. Religion, I'm not sure. College, Dickinson College, none. Facts and achievements, U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania, only president never to have married. One eye was nearsighted, the other farsighted. Ran as Save the Union candidate, or the campaign. Near end term, 7 states secured, forming the Confederate States of America, something like that, guys. Another honorable president here. We got the 21st president, Woodrow Wilson, 28th president, from 1913 to 1921. The professor, Vice President Thomas R. Marshall, Democrat Party, New Jersey State Representative, December 28th, 1956, in Stanton, Virginia. That's when he was born. February 3rd, 1924, in Washington, D.C., he died. Lawyer and author, professional occupation.